Hey y'all. So as promised, I'm doing my Tumblr Q&A video. It's probably gonna be somewhat short and sweet. You guys sent me some pretty good questions. Some are a little serious and some are just fucking ridiculous because y'all are crazy. Why do folks still stand for coleslaw? Look, bitch. I'm tired of seeing this coleslaw slander on my dashboard. Coleslaw is the shit. Don't be mad just because y'all don't know how to cook, okay? Don't come for my coleslaw or potato salad. What is wrong with y'all? Potato salad is the shit. Coleslaw on potato salad, y'all need to get your life, okay? Because that is the best, and y'all need to keep that slander off my dashboard. What's the first things I should do when I get into college? There's a lot of things you should do. I'm actually going to make a video about this, and there's actually a post that I made last year, I believe, about things freshmen should do on entering college. But I think some of the most important things is realize that you're in college. This isn't high school anymore. People are going to hold you to a higher standard automatically, whether you know what you're doing or if you're not. Get involved. I know these sounds all really cliche, but they actually help a lot. If you don't get involved on campus, then you're really just going to be like, you go to class and you go home. But like, if you get involved, there's so many opportunities that you can use for your personal development and your career development. If you get involved, there are so many different clubs. A lot of times you can travel for fucking free because the school pays for everything. Because those S&A, listen y'all, every time you enroll in college, your part of your tuition goes to student activities fees, and if you are not part of those activities, honey, somebody else is using your money. You might as well go on a fucking free trip across the country because you're paying for it. Like, you're just throwing money to waste if you don't get involved somewhere. How come BET let Sam Smith and Iggy be nominated in the first place? Because BET is owned by Viacom, and Viacom is a white corporation. I don't know why y'all don't know this yet. If you could eliminate 3 things in the world, what would they be? Iggy Azalea, spiders, and Florida. You're on a desert island and Beyonce takes the last, insert your favorite snack. What do you do? I'm going to let Beyonce take whatever the fuck she wants because she's Beyonce, she's God, she's above us all, and she needs to keep Blue Ivy alive, okay? She can do whatever she wants. She can take all of my snacks, bitch, okay? I don't know if this was intended for this, but I'm going to just read it anyway. It says, is it just me that noticed that no one cared whenever Donald Trump said something racist about black people? Look. Who the fuck is paying attention to what Donald Trump was saying in the first place? I don't care. He can say whatever the fuck he wants to say because I don't care. It's Donald Trump. Who gives a fuck? Not me. We already knew he was racist since the beginning of fucking time, so I really just don't care. Like, bye. Another Beyonce question. Is Destiny's Child's Nasty Girl meant to mock what media says about the girls when they were in a group, or is it just slut shaming? I've heard both, so I'm confused. Thanks. You know, I heard this debate has come up a lot, and I actually recently went back and listened to the song, and to me, it's slut shaming. And I understand that Beyonce stands and Destiny's Child stands, and trust me, I'm a fan too, but I can also see when they do some fucked up shit. And I really don't see how that was supposed to be a critique on what media expects of people. I mean, it's just straight up slut shaming. And I just wrote a post about this, and I'm just getting really fucking tired of people defending your favorites when they fuck up. It's okay to fuck up, but just own up to it. Like, you can grow from that. We've all said some fucked up shit, but, you know, you gotta own up for your actions. And I just really don't see how Nasty Girl was supposed to be some sort of, like, critique on how media portrays women. Like, y'all reaching a lot. Did you dislocate your shoulder making that reach? Do you have a favorite superhero? Batman, honestly, is my favorite superhero. Solely because he doesn't need any powers to be a badass, and, you know, bitch, what? I love Batman. Granted, I'm not super into, like, the superhero thing, so I don't know about a lot of superheroes, and there probably are a lot more cool superheroes out there. But for me, from what I know, from what I've been exposed to, Batman is the shit. Here's another good question, a little bit deep and serious, but I think it's a good thing to talk about. I was trying to explain to some of my friends how black women dyeing their hair colors like blonde is an appropriation because blonde is an exclusively white hair color, and that black people can have that color too. They then brought up the argument, well, white women can get butt implants and lip injections since that is not exclusively a black trait, and white women could possibly have that too. I wasn't sure how to argue this, but I'm sure there's a way I could have. Yes, that is true. Both ways. Neither of those things are inherent to any race. Getting butt implants in of itself is not appropriation to black culture, but when you add everything else on top of it, when you add the lip injection, painting your face black, and trying to tan your skin, somebody like Iggy Azalea getting ass implants is not inherently appropriating black culture. When you add on the picking up the Atlanta accent and trying to talk black and using AAVE and all that bullshit, that's what makes it appropriation. So no, while getting butt implants or lip injections in of itself is not appropriation, and frankly nobody gives a shit, when you add all the other bullshit on top of it, that becomes a problem. If traveling was free, where would you go? Anywhere but the fuck here. But there's a lot of places I want to visit. I've always wanted to go to Egypt since I was a little girl. When I was little, we, for some reason, studied Egypt like a fucking lot. And I don't know whether it was the fact that it was like the first thing that we studied that wasn't white. Growing up in a white family, like everything that I learned about was obviously everything about white history. And so I don't know if it just connected with me and I just latched onto it so much because it was like the first thing about black people that I learned about. But I guess maybe that combined with the fact that the history is just fucking amazing. I've also always wanted to go to New Zealand. I want to go to Australia, but I kind of don't because I'm trying to get eaten by no fucking 12-foot long spider, bitch. Like, ain't nobody got time for that. Ethiopia and Tanzania are a couple places that I want to go, mostly just because I have family from there. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of places I would want to travel. Do you have any good tips for keeping a good facial routine? I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I'm not an expert on this shit at all. So I'm probably not the best person to ask about this, but I'll tell you what I personally do. I was just using like really generic, I think it was like St. Ives face wash, whatever. Wasn't really doing much. It wasn't doing anything bad, but also wasn't doing anything good. So I switched to African black soap that everybody was talking about. And let me tell you something, that shit fucked up my skin so bad. Like, I was breaking out. I had like scars everywhere. Like, I don't know what the fuck was in that shit, but let me tell you something, that shit don't work for everybody. So somebody suggested I go to Lush, and ever since I've been using Lush products, my skin has been glowing. I've been using it for about a month now. It's still trying to like reverse all the damage that the African soap did. But if they go check out Lush, they do like a skin consultation there, and it's not that expensive. Like, I got a whole bunch of shit for like maybe $30. You can get like face masks for like $6.95. Like, it's really great. It's all like natural ingredients. It's great. The face scrub that I use is called Angels on Bare Skin. It's like a it's basically like a clay, and it's made out of like almonds, I think. I use this tea tree water for a toner, and then I use this as my facial moisturizer. So you guys can definitely go check those out. Otherwise, I don't know, just find something that works. If you could talk to 16-year-old you, what would you say? I would say to calm the fuck down, girl. Look, when I was 16 years old, I was like, I had a plan. I was sticking to the plan. Wasn't nobody gonna deter me. Straight A's. I graduated valedictorian. I was winning state in track and field. Like, I was doing all this shit, and like, I was all about, I'm against college. I'm graduating 3 years tops. I'm have all these good jobs. Like, now, like, I'm 23, still in college. 3 different colleges later, I'm working 2 jobs. Like, you know, for my 16-year-old me, I would have just said to calm down, enjoy life, have some fun. I feel like I was so focused on trying to stick to this plan that I had set out that I just forgot to do what was best for me. I ended up leaving that college. I went back home, and then it was just like, everything just like fell apart, and I really felt like I had failed myself because I had set such a high standard and such a high bar for me to reach that was completely unrealistic, that I just kind of felt like I had failed myself. So it took a long time for me to kind of recollect myself from there, and then move forward and be like, you know what, it's okay that I don't have my college degree by the time I'm 20 years old and married with kids. Like, it's okay. It's okay to move at your own pace. How do you maintain your twists? It's pretty low maintenance, honestly. I really don't do much. I do wrap it at night. Some people don't, but I like to. It seems to make it last a little bit longer. They do pull out a lot when you're sleeping. I would suggest getting a silk pillowcase. Other than that, I just use like a moisturizing spray. You can kind of use whatever you like. A deep conditioner, mixing it with water works too. I also wash them because if you don't wash your hair, it gets fucking disgusting. Your scalp will just wash your hair. What was it like growing up in a white family? I could make a whole video on this, and I probably will at some point. But yeah, I mean, it was definitely a different experience. I mean, I say it was a different experience now because I know another set of experience, but like when you're growing up black in a white family, you don't know of any experience. That is your experience. So I definitely did feel left out. Not so much that my family was deliberately making me feel left out, but at a young age, it was very obvious to me that something was different. You know, I'm the only person with brown skin in my family. That's a little different, and my family's very in tune with their culture. Like my mom's side is Danish, my dad's side is Scottish, and they embrace that very much. So I still do a lot of cultural traditions through there, but I was like, that's cool, but this doesn't really resonate with me. Like I don't feel attached to that the way you guys feel attached to that. And I was just kind of felt that way my whole life. And I didn't really know why. So I got to college and I started learning about that there's like actually black people. Because, you know, I grew up in Olympia, Washington, where it's literally white people everywhere. I grew up the only white person in my city, the only white person in my school, in my church, in sports, everywhere. So I really did think I was the only black person. When I got into college and I actually started to read and learn about my history, my culture, I was like, holy shit, like this is where I identify more than with my white family. That was also kind of the time when I started kind of realizing, oh, this kind of feels like something I connect with a little bit more than Danish and Scottish. And then, you know, I love my white family, but I just don't connect with them, I guess, the same way that my biological siblings do. And that's okay. There's always going to be those cultural barriers. But chicken or shrimp, ramen, chicken, because I'm allergic to shrimp. So what has been your favorite movie of the year? My favorite movies of 2015 probably have to be Dope, Jurassic World, and Mad Max. Those are probably my top three. How do you feel about non-black POC say the N-word? All I have to say about that, and if it's you ain't black, then you better keep that shit out your mouth, because frankly, you ain't any better than the white people saying it. And if I hear it coming out your mouth, bitch, be prepared to fucking pick your teeth off the pavement. In fact, be prepared to fucking go looking. I'm gonna put a scavenger hunt for your teeth around the whole fucking city. Don't fucking say that shit to me. If you want, look, I'm so tired of people being anti-black. You can say you have every fucking race on earth has their own fucking slurs to use. So if you want to reclaim a slur, reclaim your own goddamn slurs. Why everybody want to be black? Why everybody want to fucking take our shit? Let us do our shit. You ain't part of our community, so leave it the fuck alone. You want to reclaim something? Reclaim your own shit. It ain't your word to reclaim. You ain't part of the fucking black community. I'm gonna need you to shut the fuck up. You say it to me, we gonna have a problem, okay? How do you feel about people who are half white, half POC identifying as white? Look, I'm not going to tell you how to identify, okay? I don't have time to be chasing people around telling them how they need to fucking identify. If you want to identify as white, good the fuck for you. You want to identify as POC or whatever your ethnic group is, good for you. If you want to identify as mixed, good the fuck for you. I don't have time. I truly do not care. Identify how you fucking want. I don't have time to chase you. And that's it this time for questions. I'm trying to do these videos maybe like once a month, whatever. I love doing these. They're so much fun. Comment, like, and subscribe. Follow me on Tumblr if you're not already. Well, this is already Tumblr video, so you should already be following me. Otherwise, you wouldn't be watching this video. So, but whatever. Love you guys. Mwah.